I just,
Yeah, it's
I'm doing this.
Well, don't do that, don't you?
it's pretty sensitive. Something's up for. Probably just turn it off.
Okay. All right, everybody. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna call the council meeting to order and going into public session. All right, public session. Discussion is going to be actually it's the first public hearing notice of proposed property tax increase. And this, Carol, you want to give us a quick?
I'll be glad to.
All right.
This is going to be the first of 3 public hearings, which will be held to inform the citizens that the mayor and the council propose to maintain the 2020 millage rate of 11.944, which will fund the fiscal year 2022 maintenance and operations of the general city government. This proposed millage rate for 2021 property taxes remains the same as the 2020 millage rate. The total increase in revenues for the fiscal year 2022 that the proposed millage rate will generate represents a 3.32% increase over the 2020 tax levy. This increase requires 3 public hearings advising the public that the city could roll back the millage rate by 4.20%. By not rolling back the millage rate, the city will gain additional income of $76,783 over the 2020 city taxes levy to help fund the fiscal year 2022 general fund budget of $5,541,669. The $76,783 is anticipated income only, since 100% of property taxes would have to be collected to realize the full amount. Since the proposed millage rate of 11.944 is being maintained as last year's rate, the only way a property owner would see an increase in property taxes is if their property has been reassessed at a higher value during the year. This usually happens when you sell your home, if you have improvements in your home. In this case, I believe the county has done a reassessment across the board, which would affect the city. Just another note, proposed property tax increase for a home with a fair market value of $100,000 is approximately $19.24.
Well, thank you very much. Based on our last discussion, I went and looked at my property taxes, which I thought had not gone up, but I was incorrect. They increased the asset value of mine by $20,000, which means that my taxes would go up $3.85. As part of that increase we will see in there. So I'm just showing which I get taxed like everybody else does.
Yes, sir.
And a couple of things I might want to note on here is that in 2018 and 2020 both, we actually showed a decrease in the millage rate. So this would just keep us at the current millage rate. And matter of fact, we've had fairly constant flow on this thing since 2010 it was 12.001. Now we're down to 11.944, but it's consistently either gone down or stayed even over the last 10 years.
Yes, sir.
You know, but during the last 5 years and this year to date, we've had another 305 homes added to the city. You know, and increased the size of the city consistently with the increase in the number of homes. Without a millage rate changing there, yet we have more call on our police and fire than we've ever had before, because of all those changes in there, and a lot of it going within the city. I also noted that all our taxes coming in does not quite pay for the police and fire. Police and fire is over $3 million a year. We get less than $3 million a year in taxes. The other money comes from other things like insurance taxes, right-of-way fees, franchise fees, things like that. And that's what makes up the difference in there. And if we still don't quite make it, we have to take it out of the enterprise funds. That's where that comes from, in that area. I also noticed that our senior tax exemption, which has been growing consistently over the years, is estimated to be $293,615 this year in tax exemptions. You know, and that's over the last 10 years. That's $2.5 million of exemption. You know, that the other taxpayers make up for the millage rate. That's just some points I wanted to make. Now's the opportunity. Anybody else want to say anything about it? Okay. If not, then I'll close the public meeting and I'll close the council meeting.